I do not play MOBAs. So, uh, this is an interesting game because if I can explain it, it feels like a hybrid between a MOBA and a BR. And we'll get into that in just a little bit. Let's jump into this by starting with what is the loadout. So, this is where we're going to get our character select, right? So, we have a variety of options. So we have the fighter, right, which is largely most of the options that you have to pick from. Now, when we're talking about these options, I'm pretty sure they're going to be limited in the actual release, but it seems like we have all of the characters right now. Then we have the protector class. So these guys are your healers, and it seems like there is a tank up in the mix of that. Now, after that, we have the controller. Now, as somebody that's not experienced in MOBAs, I'm not really sure what this guy's supposed to do, but it feels like their role is to kind of play somewhere behind the protector and be doing that long range damage. I'm unsure. I think there's some other effects. I feel like they're supposed to maybe move their characters around, but we'll see some effects of that a little later. Now, much like another BR, there are all sorts of things like skins and emotes, things like that, that are part of the game. So here we're looking at the Wisp. This is what happens when you die. You turn into this form. Obviously, you can modify it into a bunch of fun forms. There are a host of whole other things. You can change your glider, as we're looking at here. There are emotes. There are like titles that you get as you rise up through the process of grinding your battle pass, much like a BR. So we can see here, this is a really familiar BR style kind of map here. The thing we want to keep in mind is that we want to drop within that column and specifically on one of those purple dots. That means you're going to get an engagement immediately and start leveling up your people. Now, the thing is, this is an Apex style drop, so somebody will be the party leader and they will choose where you drop. You want to drop somewhere where you're going to get an engagement, but also manage the people that you're going to fight upon that drop. Once you've gotten that first kill, you're going to want to start maybe engaging the people around you, because this is a really essential time to make sure that you get your level up and you survive that first encounter. Now, this may end up being a really weak group as you are, but as you're doing this should be a good 50-50 on the people that you want to engage. Now, hopefully your team survives this, but this is a good way to contest a hot drop. This is definitely what a hot drop looks like, and we're going to make sure that we manage this so that we start surviving into the middle game, because the name of this game is Survival. As we can see in this upcoming example here, the early game is pretty easy to wipe. You can get characters that are just trying to start doing stuff and really work some game on them and get those levels up, because you want to get to 9 as fastly as possible. Little finisher there too. We love that. That's a cool little thing in this game. Let's keep going. One thing that's really cool about this game is the movement. So there are dashing abilities, there are the gliders, there are these rails you can slide on, there are these tunnels of wind that you can fly. This game is super mobile for sure. And that is one thing that good players definitely take advantage of. Let's talk about the next thing. So we got these camps. So basically these are areas where you can capture them. You can use them to repair your armor, get more heals, and also use them to recall back. So you hit B and then you end up going back to this place. You can kind of recoup in case you get some weird positioning. This is a good place to reset. So you want to make sure your camps are in a good spot. Alright guys, so let's go into looting. So as you see here, you go up to one of these chests or any item you want to loot, you hit F. When it comes to these big stashes, there's a smart loot function, and that is what you're going to want to click every time. Once you got your setup set up, you want to do that. It'll get you going out real quick and will suit you up the best items for you. Let's move into what you're going to encounter while you're out there. So there are a whole host of ads all over the place, ranging in ability levels. You're going to want to kill them, as many of them as possible, because that's what's going to get your level up. So without this, you're not gonna succeed. You're not gonna get the drops that you need to level up. So this is gonna be imperative. Now, what comes next are the world bosses. These guys drop even bigger stuff, and these guys are going to be paramount for you clutching up that last game circle. Okay, you're going to want this stuff, and if not, you're going to want to leverage it to third party your enemy into exhausting all their resources and playing into that world boss and trying to get that stuff, and you come out on top. Now let's talk about rezzing. So here we have somebody actually doing a 1-to-1 res on a teammate that is downed right there. If they go down, there is a nice thing. You can actually go to a rezzing tower. These are scattered all across the map, even on the train, and you can use these to res your entire team. So in an event of an engagement, you see it's not going well, somebody can go and just retreat. Now the problem is, once you start doing one of these, you're gonna maybe get engaged. There's gonna be people on the map that are able to see what's going on, and so you're gonna have to be really careful to mitigate that oncoming strike from a res. Once you piece all these things together, you're geared up for a nice victory, and man, it does feel good. This is how you get points for your battle pass. Top 4 people will get that top 4 XP, and that's how you level up your battle pass, guys. So, overall, I am feeling pretty good about this game. As a non-MOBA player, like I said, it's something that I feel like I can actually enjoy. It's a little more lighthearted than a normal MOBA like League or Dota, still having those elements, and so I can actually see myself playing this. Now, granted, this is in alpha testing right now. I believe there is a more open coming up here on, I want to say, June 25th or so. And then we can look forward to seeing what else this company has going on. But really enjoyed the game. Looking forward to seeing what comes with it. But as a non-MOBA player, that is something I can really get behind. So if you guys enjoyed the content, please make sure to like and subscribe. I have a couple other channels, but we'll shout those out a little later. Thank you guys for tuning in. See ya in the next one.